Are you, are you diverse in your everyday life? If not, then you're missing out on some diversity's great benefits. So ask yourself, how often do you try new things? A question you might ask is, what is diversity? Well, in my opinion, diversity is trying many new things and having new experiences. One quote that my uncle said during my interview with him was to try many things. Try multiple languages, try musical instruments, play different sports, and read different things. To get well-rounded, it will pay off in the end. One payoff that my uncle has had is by being bilingual. It has helped him in the job world and also by being multicultural. I can personally connect with this quote because I have played several different sports through school and every once in a while outside of school. I also read different types of books and I do play musical instruments. One of the many benefits diversity can bring is a more interesting day. Because if you do all the same activities and routines all the time, then you're going to get tired of those activities, and you're going to want to probably add new activities in order to change up your day and add some spice to your day. Diversity is very similar to a buffet because if you eat the same food all the time, you're going to get tired of that food and you're going to want to change it up. Same thing if you do the same activities every day, you're going to want to change them. Diversity can also make your life more joyful. Many of the activities you try, you'll enjoy. For kids, it's usually sports. And for adults, it can be all kinds of other things, like reading, or maybe your job you might have a lot of fun with. And you might find one activity you like so much it can become your passion. And this is also like a buffet because there are all kinds of different foods that you try, and you'll love several of them, and you might find one that might be your favorite food. Diversity can also help encourage your individuality. By exposing yourself to new cultures and different types of people, it can help express your individuality, and you can see their differences and help make them into your own. An example I have is my family and I traveled to South America. We were in Venezuela for a little while, and just by crossing the border into Brazil, we could already see the differences between their cultures. And also just by crossing the border, I could see all the different places Brazil had that sold meat, because they're pretty famous for their meat. Another important benefit diversity can bring is it can help you develop and attain many different skills. And these skills can be used in school for kids or in jobs for adults. And many of the activities you try can help you develop skills. An example that I have is I've played violin since I was about 5 years old, and I developed finger coordination through violin. And when I started taking piano lessons, it was rather easy for me to play the piano because of my pre-developed finger coordination. And also another quote that my Uncle Hernan said was, "It's better to have many skills than just one that you're really good at." Because if something happens to you that cuts you off from using that one skill, you have nothing to fall back on. But if you had multiple skills, you would have something that you could fall back on and continue going with. Also, by having many skills, it's beneficial in your workplace because it can increase your productivity, so long projects are wiped out faster. It can also increase your creativity, and creativity is necessary for many reasons. For artists, if they want to paint their own painting in their own unique style. Also for writers, because they have to develop who the characters will be and what the plot line will be. And it can also increase your problem-solving skills. That way, if you're working in the office and a virus pops up on your computer, you'll find a way to take it down quickly and continue with your day without making a big fuss. You're also easier to be utilized by your organization or company that you work for because you can be moved around to different positions in the office, and you're flexible if you have the skills to do all the different jobs. Some people might not want to act, for one, the fear of the unknown. Some people are scared to branch out and try new things. Some people are afraid of bungee jumping, and others are afraid of possibly flying to the Middle East because of all the recent things that have been going on. But I've overcome a fear in baseball. I started playing baseball when I was in coach pitch, and the coaches would get down really close to the base and throw the ball really soft. But whenever the kids start pitching, they throw it as hard as they can, and they're not always that accurate. So it was intimidating to me when I was about 10 years old. So I started going to the batting cages and started at the slowest miles per hour they had, and then started getting faster and faster and faster until about the speed they were actually pitching at. And it's the same thing with any other fear. You must start with baby steps and then get bigger and bigger until you're actually doing that activity. And some people are happy with the routine the way it is. And all I can say is that just try one new activity and your perspective might be changed. So in conclusion, diversity is like a buffet. There are all kinds of different foods for you to try in the buffet, and there are lots of opportunities in the world for you to be diverse. Also, when I was in Taco Bell the other day, they had some hot sauce packets, and one of them says, "If you never do, you'll never know." And that goes along great with what I'm saying, because if you never try anything, you'll never know if you would have liked it or not. Also, another quote is by actor, writer, and martial artist Steven Seagal. He said, "The more diversity one has in his life, the happier he will be." And I think everyone wants to be happy. So go out there, be diverse, and realize the difference of diversity.
Is it on?